great day. Thursdays are usually really awesome for me. At least I always feel that I've accomplished a lot. I'm already close to the end of the week. A lot of these disciplines, as you go through them, get up every day and read and all that. It gets exhausting, right? And then the later I get into the week, like I said, I always get up early. Like today, I woke up at 6:40. I physically got up like around 7:10, something like that, and then just got my day started. Right? It's kind of more repetitive. It's funny too. Is before what I used to do is when I would wake up and turn on the TV, watch something while I eat breakfast, maybe on YouTube, whatever. Follow up on if anyone made comments on my Instagram or anything like that, just like re-engage with the audience. But what I'm actually starting to do now is do the same thing with my social media stuff, just not have the TV on and listen to an Audible for about an hour. So read a chapter or listen to a chapter each day on a management book. So I mentioned a few about this a few videos ago. But so I'm reviewing Audibles as well for individuals who are in the tech industry but are in management. So if you, one of the things that is new for me is dealing with management culture and company culture and understanding it and things like that. That's also part of my field, and I am moving into more of a senior role as I develop in my career. And those are skills that I feel that I need. A lot of the technical skills are still necessary, but finding that having management skills, soft skills are a big gap in my skill set. So I'm building that up right now. So I'm working on that. So I do that Audible and then going into my routine. It's just kind of and it's funny. I go and turn on TV and I'm like, oh, I forgot. I gotta listen to my Audible. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's more of a habit to turn on the TV. So I'm removing those habits away, like the bad habits that were not necessarily bad. Like watching TV in the morning isn't a negative thing. It's more of a thing that's not promoting what I'm trying to do. So I listen to some videos on how to succeed and be better in life and things. I feel that those are approaching things in a negative mindset, where it's telling individuals you watching TV every day is a negative thing. You shouldn't do it. I don't think that's the case, right? I think people, if they want to watch TV, they can watch TV. Sometimes that's a distressor. For me, working out, going for a run, and playing video games is a massive de-stressor, right? Or going out with my loved ones, my girlfriend, my parents, and things like that. My friends, going out, grab a beer, have a drink, just kind of like unwind that way. So, whatever is your prerogative. If you like lounging around TV for a few hours and that's your de-stressor, then go ahead and do that, right? But my approach is that whatever it is that's promoting your task or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. So if you're trying to run a marathon, right, do you want to what do you need as a support system? Do you want to, does it help you in any way to listen to the news or turn on TV and watch something? Or can you do more productive things that also make you kind of happy and at the same time promote what you're trying to do? And always try to fill those gaps of time with things that, like, an Audible doesn't take, like, soft skills. This was cool about soft skills, and actually I should change this. It's not vlog 3. I just started recording. I'm pretty excited, so I'm gonna change this. That's like a massive pet peeve of mine. I don't like. So if you guys are listening to Audible, my caption says vlog 3, but actually it's vlog 2. So change that. I'm sorry, not vlog 2 either. It's vlog 4. So for Audibles and soft skills and things of that nature, those things don't take a lot of brain power. That's what's cool about it. Like, it's more of an instinct thing. It's a thing where it's a skill that you don't have spend a lot of energy into it. It's more of a flow and how do you approach life? How do you I want to say how you think, but how do you react to things? So that's what's cool about it, is that you can actually listen to these Audibles while on a break of like doing these study sessions on the technical side. If you're doing programming, if you're doing CCNA or CCNP studies, AWS, whatever, and then you want to take a break, I will listen to an Audible. Or before you kick off your day, to kind of like warm yourself up, listen to an Audible management book. And it'll actually prepare you for the future. You'd be surprised, a lot of these books are geared towards people who are trying to get into management more than people who are already in it. Because once you're in it, you kind of like going backwards, right? You're already in it. It's like you're getting a senior position at a job, at a network engineer, right? But you never had a network engineer role. You have to go back and study. I don't know how you landed that job in the first place, but it's actually better if you do it now, right? So just so that way you can be able to maneuver the waters better. A lot of my management approaches were just based off of experience on the lower level, where I had bad managers and I had good managers, and then I pick and choose what skills that affected me the most as a employee to them, and I regurgitated that over and over, and then ensured that I completely stray away from things that I saw as a negative from my manager in my previous position. So that's how I learned, and then I'm educating myself further to strengthen that part of my skill set. So so my advice to you is that whatever you use to de-stress and to allow yourself to continue moving forward on these disciplines, encourage that behavior. So whatever it is, if for me, drinking a beer is for me to relax, but at the same time it hinders my ability to learn. I feel it. I experience it every morning. After even 1 or 2 beers, I feel differently. I absorb things differently. I've spoken to people who like drinking and studying at the same time, and it helps them. For me, it does not help me at all. So whatever works for you, do that, and then double it, right? So as long as it continues and it's positive, and then it continues towards your path of success. Don't fall into a situation where you make up things in your head that, yeah, for sure it's helping me, but in reality it's not helping you, and you're just wanting an excuse for whatever, delaying whatever it is. Because there is a thing that people are actually afraid of success, where you hinder yourself on purpose because you are afraid to succeed and do well. Because if you succeed and do well, that means you have to prove it consistently, and it's like a whole pressure thing. It's actual thing. People experience that, along with imposter syndrome and all that, where you succeed really, really well. You get into a position, okay, cool, you succeeded in that, here's this opportunity, and then you're like, am I that good though? Because I just passed a test, or I just did this, it's not a big deal, like it was really easy for me, I don't know if it's possible, things like that, right? So they're like, no, like, I know if I pass this test, I'm not gonna I want to make sure I hinder myself from passing it, even though I'm really close to passing it. Because if I pass it, then it's like all this opportunity is going to hit, and then I have to show up, and it's like a whole situation. So, and I felt that on previous occasions, different aspects of life. So if I felt it, I don't know, other individuals have felt it as well. But I encourage everyone to just push through that, right? Who cares? Like, it's always an outside people looking at you from the outside, and you getting those opinions as facts, right? The only opinion that matters is yourself and how you view yourself, and if you're happy, right? That's the whole purpose of all this. You're studying things that hopefully you're doing these certifications not just for money, but for things that you actually enjoy doing. Because especially in the IT technology field, like I said about this several times, that you have to enjoy what you're doing. Just because it takes a lot out of you, a lot of personal investment, time. You have to continuously study. In the technology field, you never appreciate it, just never. And things like doctors and nurses and cops are getting bad rap in the last few years. Like, I don't want to say for obvious reasons, but I mean, like, some bad apples that are ruining for other individuals. But those are usually the ones that get highlighted, right? Heroes, things of that nature. Or I appreciate, they do incredible things, right? In IT, you're more of like a dungeon person to make sure all the back end stuff is always functional, and then you're never called out, right? You never see a CIO or CTO unless it's a major technology company like Facebook, Amazon, but then you don't see them as more upfront than like other individuals. Like you have to have $1 billion, like the major ones, CEO of Amazon, Tesla. I don't even like Google doesn't even have the CEO of Google. I don't even know who he or she looks like. So and when you compare that, or like what about all these hospitals and nurses and these tents and locations people are getting tested and all that, there's technology professionals who are setting all this up and they're not called out, right? So it's like, it's interesting, all these hospital full of people and all that, but then they double up the systems, right? All these machines need to connect to a network that communicate, and all these files get all that, and then there's no network outages or anything like that, and the system is able to hold everything up. That's just because there's technicians in the back end working on things. So that's just the nature of the game, and you have to enjoy what you're doing because it's always changing, right? I'm learning CCNP and I'm learning cloud because cloud is the future. It's not necessarily right now, but I'm preparing myself for the future. So like I said, like, just make sure you're doing this because you enjoy doing it, and the money will come eventually. It's not don't chase it for the money, chase it for the passion. So what am I doing? So like yesterday, I actually did finally 3 hours of study with the CCNP. Took the notes on what I wanted to show you. I really enjoy this OneNote, and I actually tested it on my phone, and this is real cool. The only thing I don't like is this, right? The highlighting here. I'm thinking about changing this to something else. I don't know what. Like maybe if I change it to like, let's see, all the colors is just like terrible. Red. Ugh. Well, maybe like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. Blue. Because I like the white theme. But yeah, we'll have to just see what colors I end up liking for this. Oh, it's terrible. But it's real easier to read on my phone. More portable. It still have to zoom in and out, but it's just kind of, I don't know what it is. There's no lag when I'm reading in the document. I don't have to download it or anything on my phone. It's on the OneNote app. Very easy to maneuver and access files. So I did that yesterday. I migrated chapter 8 OSPF, and I'm continuing to do notes to finish out that chapter yesterday. And I didn't read any AWS chapters or anything like that, anything on AWS. I focused a lot of the CCNP yesterday. I just felt eager, motivated to do that, and this is why I like doing both. Like having, I'm kind of get bored, do the AWS. When I'm getting eager, it's just double down on CCNP. I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I really want to do some labs. I'm just so tired of reading. But I know that the faster I read it, the more I comprehend it, understand it, then the faster I can get to just a bunch of labbing and then finally get prepared for the test. So I don't know when I'll be ready for the test. I'm hoping for June, July, and then start focusing on the NRC. There you go. I don't know why I skipped over that. Over the NRC, I don't know how long it'll take me just to kind of grasp all this stuff, the SD-WAN and the Wi-Fi portion of it, even though I really like Wi-Fi. Those are one of the things that, like, I don't know, I really should double down on the Wi-Fi because, if you're good at something and you enjoy something, you should actually do more of that. Yeah, I really like Wi-Fi. I think Wi-Fi is the future. Just the cost for physical infrastructure, it's pushing everything to put more money into the Wi-Fi experience and getting more capabilities out there. So I think Wi-Fi is the new cloud, but at the same time, it's just not there yet. And I don't know. yeah, so I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think automation is the next big thing, but we'll see. I'm kind of torn between the two, but yeah. So today I'm gonna be doing we'll just stay on track. I'll be doing the AWS today. I'll be reading some AWS. So I did my hour of the QoS today, chapters of QoS, which I really like, by the way. In this Encore book, they're really being detailed on QoS. Like, I really enjoyed reading some of this. Again, real detailed types and things of that nature about QoS. So it's probably going to be a heavy portion of the book. I mean, of the test, or some good questions on it. So I'm gonna have to look at the key the topics, the exam topics that it covers under percentages, and so that way I won't plan it things a little bit differently on how I approach the study plan. So I'm gonna review everything, do the notes how I always said, and then once I start doing the labs, I'm actually gonna figure out how much time. So maybe time the 30-day thing. So once I'm ready to take the test, I'm gonna do 30 days, and then this is kind of, I'm spitballing here, and then I'm gonna schedule 30 days out, and then by that time I'll already have a planned schedule. So like say if there's like 25% of key topics of the test is this, so I'm gonna start with that, and then start with the 20%, and then 10%, 5%, and go on, so on and so forth, and lay down a topic and then an actual study plan for 30 days. And that'll be a regimen. That'll be times and times of the day, and that'll be really strict. But I can't get to that level until I get my patterns up to date, and just kind of my routines and disciplines there. So like I said, you start off very flexible, and then as you get into the final days, you get really strict with it, and then you relax for a day or two, and then you take a test. So same thing, how I would if I was training for something or competing. That's how I would do it. So I'm gonna do the same thing for here. So yeah, today AWS, 2 hours of CCNP, and then I'm gonna do my Mandarin right after this, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Yesterday I was feeling kind of weird. Yesterday I was like, and on top of it, my allergies just attacked me at night. Yeah, it was just like crazy. I had like this major allergy thing since it came out here in Nevada, Vegas. But yeah, like I went for a run, and I went from like 10 minutes, 20 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 seconds, a mile, and I was only able to do a mile, to now, yeah, yesterday I did 1.5 miles in 8 minutes and 20 seconds. My mile was at 8 minutes and 7 seconds, so my average was 720. I mean 820, sorry. And so that was really good. It made me feel better. I went out there and I was like, I was feeling so bored, like doing dishes and just kind of like lollygagging around. I'm like, I don't want to study more. Like, I'm already studying. Like, if I study now, then it's gonna like throw me off. And it's just like, it's the whole thing. Like, if you do, like I said, if you don't stick to your schedule, if you do like, or if normally you do 3 hours of reading, you do an extra 4, and then the next day you kind of like only do an hour. It's because you did too much the night before. So I didn't want to fall into that routine. So I'm like, I should go. So me and my girlfriend went for a walk, and did things like that. So kind of de-stress a little bit. And I had some stuff at work that I was dealing with. So it was just like, so I was able to get everything done yesterday. I'm pretty happy about my progress. I'm almost done with this book. I think tomorrow morning I'll be done with QoS. By the time I do another podcast, I'll be done with QoS, and I'll be officially halfway done with the book. So that'll be pretty cool. Really progressing there. Usually when you start chapter 1 and you're reading, and it's like 29 chapters, and it's just, it's like 900 to 1,000 pages. It's like, geez, man, can I learn all of this stuff? Like, it's crazy. But yeah, you definitely can. So cool. So I'll keep updating you guys on OneNote and see what my progress is. And once I start, and you really see more of a better review on that once I actually start using it on my phone for study day to day. Right now, it's just all placing things there. So we'll migrate everything over, and all the new stuff is going to completely be on OneNote, and see how I like that. So, okay, cool. I really appreciate you guys. Comment down below on how your experience is so far with the Encore and your study sessions with that. What are you doing, right? Let me know. And if you have any particular questions you want me to ask on the next video, comment down below, and then I'll make sure I can answer them for you. All right, peace.